Well, here we are at Natural Bridge Caverns. Nice place. Oh, wait. Just going in the gift shop now. The next tour isn't until 10, so I'll have to record later. See you guys. Well, just waiting for the next tour. Like I said, it's at 10. Oh, here's something. Ladybug crossing, turtle crossing, hummingbird crossing.
She doesn't like put it together very well. Because I've heard her talk, and I'm just like,
dead end.
what is she talking about?
Wild bird crossing, bat crossing,
She'll just go on.
frog crossing, butterfly crossing.
Like, the interviewer asked her a question, and she literally talked like 45.
Well, these are neat. We're in the gift shop right now. We have like, I don't know, a few minutes or so before we go. You check this out. I will bite your face off. I will eat you, I will eat you. I have to break that. Mostly postcards. Maybe there'll be more excitement in the caves. Sorry about this. Oh well. We gotta wait still. We're just waiting right now. We have about 5 or so minutes. This is just an example of what we might face down there. They said we have to wear shoes with rubber soles because the floor's kind of slippery down there. There's bats down there too. Ooh, but they don't bite or suck blood or anything, or you know, turn into vampires and go 1, 2, 3. No, nothing like that. Hey, Mom. Hey, Aunt Roar. Hi. That was my mom and aunt again. Shouldn't be much longer. Okay.
Over 8,000 years old. They also found a human tooth in here, over 5,000 years old. They found other artifacts like arrowheads and spear points, other animal bones. They estimate about 25 different kinds of animals. All that means to us, though, really is that this upper room in the cavern was used for shelter by many different animals over the years, including at least some kind of Native American, right? Mm-hmm. Unless you think maybe the bear brought the guy down here.
That's an 8,000-year-old black bear jawbone.
Actually, I think there was a bear's thigh bone too, but it wasn't as old as the jawbone. So, now, when we go down into the cavern, there's a sign over here that I have to tell you about. That sign says there's a Texas state law called the Cavern Protection Act. It does make it illegal to damage any of the formations in the cavern. And if you guys don't touch anything, that's not a problem. I think that law was actually the premise for that law occurred up in Sonora Caverns. I don't know if you've heard of Sonora, over out in, you know, further in West Texas. They had a very rare butterfly formation, and it's a helictite, what they call a helictite and everything, and somebody broke it and stole it. And I mean, this was one of the rarest formations ever, you know, and so I think that was the main cause of the eventual passage of that law. So anyhow, I didn't want to dwell on that, but okay, because of that, just so we can keep all of you guys happy, right, we went deep into the cavern and brought up a formation right there and put it right there on that wall. We call that our touchstone. So if you have the urge to touch one of these formations, that's the one you get to touch right there. Now, since there's only a few of us, if you'll come on down just a little bit, usually when I got a larger group, I stand up there and talk, but This little light that we have on the floor right here
Touchstone.
is the Discovery Crawlway. That is the little crawl space that those four guys found in 1960. They got them access to the lower portions of the cavern. It ranges between 11 and 22 inches wide. And I would dare say there's a few of us that couldn't fit down there. You have to understand, those four guys that were here in 1960, they were starving students, right? Okay? Yeah, it's pretty narrow down there. And I'll show you down the tunnel down there where they came out on the other end. One of the...
That's the raccoon rooms. Heading down to a lower portion down here. Door's very wet, as you notice. It's very humid down here. Floors are very slippery too. Whew. And the hand railing's wet.
I like doing smaller groups. We do a few more things in the piano part.
Pinocchio!
This area here we call St. Mary's Hall, and it was named in honor of the university that those four students were attending over in San Antonio. But the reason I stop here more than anything else is just to show you up above
St.
what
Mary's
has happened
Hall.
in many places throughout the cavern. You'll see all of this empty space up here. This was created by the effects of water that seeped down through the ground, you know, so many, I guess I'd have to put a lot of many years ago, right? That's just a lot of what has happened here. This tunnel that we're fixing to go down here, the upper portion of the tunnel is natural, but the lower portion, you can tell that we actually had to do a little digging to make us a tunnel to get further down into the cavern. As we go down that tunnel, keep your eye up above, because there's a lot of this same stuff going on along there. Also, about halfway down the tunnel on the right-hand side, you'll see a lot of little popcorn-looking things on the side of the wall. We do call that our cave popcorn. It is a different formation that you see every once in a while, but it's not, you know, all that common. We call it cave popcorn because that's what it looks like, but it's caused by water pressure. Hydrostatic pressure inside the walls in the rock is actually pushing out, and it pushes some of that mineral deposit out, and it causes that little formation. Let's go on down the trail.
Hey, Coy?
Yes.
Before we go, now like all of this,
Yes.
it gives you the impression of mud almost. But
Down a little deeper down here. Oh, a little slippery.
2 stories. We only got 15 more to go.
Hold on, Coy. Okay.
Now,
Discovery Crawlway.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to show these guys this little tunnel right here, and then you guys can pass my flashlight back so they can see.
Oh.
This is the crawl space. This is the tunnel that those guys ended up coming down to get down here, and it goes way back up there about 60 feet and then up. It's still kind of tiny, and if y'all want to take a good look, you're welcome to use that flashlight. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
so, Coy, this part of it then that we're walking down was sort of here, but it had to
Let me
be
see.
chiseled out and.
Wow.
Except the last
That's a
section
long way
from
down.
where you are, right back up to, can you see back there, about that corner back there? That was all totally man-made.
Okay.
Right back up, I don't know, I can't see
Okay,
from
this
here.
is solid
but
stuff then.
This right here was all dug out. A lot of that up there was actually natural on the top part, and then the bottom was kind of dug out and shaped so we could have a tunnel coming down here.
Yeah.
Sure can. You gotta want to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not anxious to go crawling up that tunnel.
Okay. Come to a nice open air. Pluto's anteroom?
Anteroom, Pluto's.
Oh. Like a waiting room. Oh.
That is kind of a small tunnel, isn't it? You know what would worry me about a tunnel like that? You get so far in there, and then you have to turn around and go back. How are you going to turn around?
Yeah.
Come in and have a seat. I want to talk for a couple of minutes here.
Better end this for now.